Good morning children. Welcome to Social Science class. I am Neetu from Bharathidasanar Matriculation Higher Secondary School, Arakonam. Today we are going to discuss about 8th Standard Social Science, Part 2. The chapter name, The Great Uprising of 1857. Last session, we discussed about what are the causes behind the outbreak of 1857 revolt or uprising of 1857 revolt. So, we already discussed about the political causes and economic causes. So, today we are going to discuss about another two causes of 1857 revolt, that is social and religious causes and military causes. Let's see. First one, social and religious causes. So, we all know that the advent of British rule brought Western culture with it. After the arrival of British or English East India Company in India, they introduced several things including Western education, Western culture, etc. So, the local people or the Indians, they are very feared about the Western culture because they are very hated the rule of British, especially the Western culture. The Indians were alarmed by its spread and were suspicious of any change. They are very afraid if there any change happened in our society, or if they are compelled to change the culture of Indians. That's why they are very suspicious about the Western culture or the emergence of Western culture. The British advocated many reforms such as, so during that period, we all know that many social evils existed in Indian society, especially sati, female infanticide, child marriage, like that. So, during that time, when the arrival of British, they started to change to remove the social evils. They started to eradicate, eliminate the social evils such as sati. What do you mean by sati? You all know that sati means is a Hindu system, Hindu practical system, okay, that existed in India. So, after the arrival of British, they removed the system, sati system. Then next one is female infanticide. Female infanticide means deliberately they are killing the female child or baby girl. They are find out the sex and they are deliberately doing that thing. So, that is known as female infanticide. That also existed during the period in India. Then next one is child marriage. When a girl reach in 10 to 13, in between that age she get married. So, that is child marriage. Then widow remarriage. After the arrival of British, they are encouraging widow remarriage. Remarriage means again second marriage. So, these are the major reforms, these are the major practices existed in India before the arrival of British. After the arrival of British, what happened? They started to change the system. They are abolished sati, they are removed female infanticide, they are stopped child marriage, they are promote widow remarriage. So, these are the major things happened in that society. So, before the arrival of British, they are continuously they are following these things. So, after the sudden stop of this or sudden ban of this system, the people they become very discontent all over India. They are very hatred towards the British. Then the reforms were interpreted by Indians as an interference in the religious and social customs. So, the Indians believed that all things are suddenly banned by British. So, the Indians they believed that they are not allowed the interference of British into their social and customs, social and religious customs. At the same time, we can see that the work of Christian missionaries. Christian missionaries means it's a set of people. They are coming from foreign countries. They started to convert people into Christianity. So the work of Christian missionaries also very suspicious, the very doubtful in doubt created among the Indians. Then introduction of the railway, telegraph was viewed with fear and suspicions. British, they are introduced so many things including railway, transportation facilities, telegraph, that's it. So this emergence of or the introduction of these things like railway, telegraph, this all created a fear among Indians. And at the same time, they very feared the British inventions. What are the things they invented? The Indians, they are very fearedly look forward the invention of British. Then the introduction of Western education was also viewed as an attack on Indian social and religious customs. Before the arrival of British, in India, there is no proper education. Education existed, but most of the high caste people like Brahmins, they all enjoyed most of the education, especially the Vedas, Sanskrit, like that. So the lower caste people, they're not allowed, they didn't get proper education. So we all know that during that time, society was mainly divided into 4 varnas, right? Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. So the top one is Brahmins. So Brahmins, they are enjoyed all the privileges, and the lowest sections, Shudras, they didn't get proper education. So they are considered as the slaves. They treat other section of people. So only the Brahmins, they enjoyed everything. So during that time, we can see that emergence of Western education. So the Indians, they are very feared of the emergence of Western education. After the arrival of British, they considered that education should be equally given to all the people. There is no discrimination on the basis of caste, on the basis of sex, on the basis of creed, like that. Okay. Then policy of racial discrimination. We all know that. What do you mean by race? Race means ethnicity. There are in India, we can see that several category of people like proto-astroloids, Mediterraneans, Indo-Aryans, Dravidians, like that. So we can see that racial discrimination, British, they deeply believed that racial discrimination. So we all know that the foreign people, especially the Britishers, their appearance is very different than Indians, right? They are very fair, they are very tall, their eyes, their hair, their eyebrows, everything is changed than Indians. Indians, we can see that Indians on the dark skin, and that racial discriminations very created a discrimination among Indians and Westerners or Britishers. That discrimination is existed during this time, and the Indians were treated with contempt by the British. British considered that Indians as an inferior, they are very low class people, like that. Okay. Social and religious causes. So British, they are interfere the social and religious customs of Indians, that created hatred among the Indians. This is an important reason for the outbreak of 1857 revolt. Clear, students? Then next one, military causes. What are the military causes behind the outbreak of 1857 revolt? We all know that several Indians, they are mentioned Indians as Sepoy. Okay, Sepoys. S-E-P-O-Y-S, Sepoys. So several Sepoys, they were work under the British rule. So they were faced a lot of discrimination, the lot of sorrows, grievances faced under the British rule. See, the Sepoys in the company's army were dissatisfied. They are very hatred, they are very tortured. Then they were treated with great contempt by the British officers. British officers considered the Sepoys are very low class people. They only they give too much work for the Indians, especially the Sepoys. They didn't provide proper salary, proper allowance, like that. So they were discriminated against their British counterparts. Everywhere we can see that discrimination faced by Indians in political, in economic, in military, everywhere we can see that discrimination, okay, on the basis of caste, class, sex, race, etc., etc. Okay. Then they were paid much less salary and were denied promotion. Indians, they didn't get proper salary. They are working continuously their work, but they didn't get proper salary, any promotion, any allowance. Okay. Then their boarding and lodging was also of much inferior standard. What about their accommodation, food and accommodation? That also we can see that discrimination. They didn't get proper lodging. Lodging means food, accommodation, all included in that term. So they didn't get proper food and accommodation. Continuously they worked under British rule, but they are considered as slaves. Okay, so under the British rule, Sepoys, the first outbreak is, we can see that, from Sepoys. That's why 1857 revolt considered as the Sepoy mutiny. The first section we already discussed. 1857 revolt is considered as the Sepoy mutiny or first war of independence. That's why I told you that the food and accommodation, they didn't get proper food and accommodation. Then the company passed the General Service Enlistment Act in 1857. So which made it compulsory for all new recruits to serve overseas if need arose. The Sepoys, the soldiers, they worked in voyages, overseas and voyages. They were compulsory work in overseas and voyages. Okay. Then the Hindus felt that it was an attack on their religion and caste. The Hindus considered that this all they are deliberately doing against us. They believe like that. Indian soldier called Sepoy could not rise above the post of a Subedar. Subedar is a post in military. It's an equal position of a captain. Okay. So Subedar, the Indian soldiers called Sepoy, they couldn't not rise above the post. If Sepoy, even if he didn't get any promotion, okay, if suppose Sepoy become, and there is a chance if Sepoy become an Subedar, but that Subedar post didn't provide to the Indians, especially the Indian soldiers, Sepoys. Okay, Subedar means is an equivalent position of a captain. Then they were unhappy because they would not get any extra allowance or bata. Bata means any extra allowance. Okay, they didn't provide any extra allowance for serving in distant lands. So these all things, these reasons, these are the major military causes, military reasons. They are very angered towards the British officials. So these are the military causes behind the outbreak of 1857 revolt. So today we are discussed about only the military causes and social and religious causes. In social and religious causes, we can see that the advent of British, they introduced several including Western education, Western culture, they introducing several things that all very suspiciously looking forward Indians. They are very feared that if this Western education or Westernizations is become the end of Indian culture, it's lead to the decline of Indian culture. So that's why among the Indians, they are very fearfully looking forward the emergence of Western culture, Western education. Then the British stopped several social evil practices existed in ancient India like sati, female infanticide, child marriage and widow. They supported widow remarriage. Remarriage means getting marriage again, second marriage. Okay, they supported English East India Company or British, they supported widow remarriage. Then next one, British interfered the social and religious customs of Indian Okay, then they introduced several transportation facilities, telegraph, like that. So all these western things or new inventions, the all Indians looking forward as is all created among a suspicious or very hatred towards the British people. Then finally we discuss about the racial discrimination. British considered as the they are very arrogant towards the lowest people, lowest class, especially the Shudras class. Okay, then the Indians were treated with contempt by the British. These all are the social and religious causes behind the outbreak of 1857 revolt. Then military, what about military causes? Military causes, the sepoys working under British, they're continuously tortured, they continuously didn't get even proper salary, food and accommodation and allowance, like that. So these are the major two causes. That's it. I hope you understood the class. If you get more information, I attached the material, subject material, and do self-assessment, and please kindly go through it. Okay, thank you all.